So what are we calling this?
I don't know. I can't come up with a name.
Hi guys, my name is SeunBaby.
My name is Yemi Johnson.
And we're gonna have some fun today. We're just gonna talk about stuff that we wanna, say how we feel. Now, many of these topics, we have read the notes, but we have not reacted to them. So, some of these topics, when we did read them the first time, the reaction, what? And it's like, no, save the camera. So you and we are going to share this experience with you. All right, Yemi, what we got?
Have you seen the new trailer for Bling Lagos?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So maybe you'll get to react to that on camera.
What is Bling Lagos about?
It looks like it's about a 51-year-old woman who wants to celebrate her birthday. So all the shenanigans that come with
Having a party.
yes, in the Lagos Nigerian setting. Here we go.
Wait, Mommy is throwing a birthday party this year?
I'm thinking Nigerian paradise. Oh, and you, my beautiful goddess, will be Yemoja, coral everywhere. I like that.
Oh, I can't make it bigger.
Your 50th cost $1 million. That means your 51st will be higher.
Okay.
Flowers from where the garden level.
You know what you've been up to with money.
Baba.
Oh Lord!
Oluwa! Ah!
Oh Lord!
Oluwa!
What is the Oluwa when you dey talk now?
Do you know these people that you are talking about? These are juggernauts of the East.
Not for this movie.
But this is their kind of a movie, now powerful epic.
No!
So you and the children planned this in order to twist my arm so that I won't have my 51st birthday. Is that what it is?
Your pardon?
You people did not miss me.
I bought Googie. Googie? Yes, I bought Burberry. There's this one that has...
just did mad shopping.
Did you follow me?
This is an ensemble cast. So these are some of my favorite actresses and actors.
So what do you think? Will you go see it?
Yes, I will.
So I
Definitely.
love Bolanle Austin Peters. This is her directorial debut.
Okay.
So she runs the Terraculture, Terraculture in VI, and that whole space. So whenever I'm in Lagos, I always like to go. And she converted the space from a cultural center into a play production theater, which is really nice, small but nice. And so she's had a lot of Nigerian, eccentric and Afrocentric productions. So she redid the whole Fela musical by doing the Kalakuta Queens. She's done Waka, which was used all sorts of Niger cruise music and contemporary Niger music.
Oh, like a jukebox musical.
Yes, that's exactly. It was beautiful. And so usually her productions, she did Saro as well. I didn't see that. And they do tours in the summer in England and the US. And then sometimes they go to Abuja and a few states in Lagos. But they also now would have a period where they would perform. So I love her plays. So I know that she knows how to put a good story together and put a good storyline together and work with talent. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with the movie.
What she does on film. Yeah. It looks good. The concept is, it's your typical, Nollywood movie, but seems to be pretty fun and exciting. I like Brother Shaggy. Discovered him on Instagram. Funny. He does this whole Agbero type thing is his thing.
So who's Brother Shaggy, the husband?
No, he was when we were praying, when she was saying the name of Jesus. Oluwao! what we call Raz. I think as I've gotten older, the things that we used to call Raz when we were younger
are now funny.
Are funny, and it's part of our culture. It's Granted, I didn't grow up in the village running around in my pants, but it's part of our culture.
You ran around in your panties in Lagos, then?
I did not. I always wore designer, full dress, head to toe.
Of course. As did we all. It came out the room like that. Okay, so what have we got next?
All right. So there was a story I saw on Instablog earlier today and on Lende KG about a suspect who kills his neighbor over disrespecting his father.
Ooh.
Disrespecting the suspect's father. So apparently the two were in an altercation, and the deceased, you know how Nigerians, when they're upset to see your father, I'm sure that's probably what happened. He said that he disrespected his father, and he confronted him. The suspect confronted the deceased, and the deceased was not remorseful. He had no remorse. Like, take it, I said it, and so the suspect says, and I'm paraphrasing, I confronted him and he had no remorse, and he said he would do it again, something around this. So I stabbed him in the ribs, and this is where we are now. So of course the guy's been arrested. So you see yourself. Yes, you said your father. Response when somebody says your father, you see waka or your mother. Not to get a knife and.
I just realized. Something that strikes me. I mean, it almost sounds like a tale that someone would tell when they're trying to tell a humorous joke. But it's sad that this young person has lost his life.
Yeah.
And that's why we always advise younger kids or your little brothers, your little sisters, don't be a victim.
You're not to.
Don't be a part of stories that touch. There's no need for that. Honestly, the person who walks away, even if they lose the fight, is still a winner because they're alive. There's no point in being a victor in death. And especially for something it really seems as pointless as this. His father is alive. The father you're defending, the father you're insulting, he did not die.
And he's free.
The child, you are now dead.
No, the child is in prison.
No, you don't know what are you sure he didn't also insult his father? Whoever it was you are defending that caused this, because I don't think he walked up to him and just insulted him.
Yeah.
There would have been it was a fight that got out of hand. And the point is that the people you are fighting over, the thing you are fighting over still remains. You are gone.
And they move on with their lives.
They'll
be like, hey, yeah. They'll tell that shit, hey, yeah. But, all right, so you've heard about the whole sniper epidemic.
Another one happened. Yeah, I heard about that.
For our non-Nigerians, sniper is an insecticide, which people use at home. We live in the tropics, so we have issues with insects and bugs and small animals, and we use sniper as a way to protect our houses. It's an insecticide. It's a pesticide. You put it in your compound, on your property. You put it in your houses. You leave your property for 4 to 6 hours. You come back and you see a whole slew of dead cockroaches and ants and rats and stuff. And there's been an epidemic of younger depressed people consuming bottles of sniper, and they have these small bottles like that big, and
I'd say about 33 CLs.
Yeah, 33 CL, and it's how much, like 500 naira, like $1.50, cheap, affordable. I don't say it's cheap, it's affordable. So today discovered that the NAFDAC, that's Nigerian, the National Food Drug Administration Council, has ordered dealers to withdraw sniper from open markets and supermarkets as more people continue to use it to commit suicide. So it's still going to be sold. It's just not going to be sold as easily.
So it's going to become a restricted substance, basically.
And I think that's stupid. NAFDAC, that is stupid. And I'll tell you why. Sniper is not the only insecticide we have in Nigeria. That is not the problem. Or poison. That's not the problem. We have acid. We have many, many things. The problem is not sniper. Yes, sniper is a brand. It is a brand. It's like saying I want to ban Coke because people are getting fat. Okay, I'll drink Pepsi. I will drink Fanta.
You drink sugar water?
Thank you. You've banned Sniper. Okay, now the other brands. No, Baygon has their own. Raid, they have their own. Mortin, they have their own. You have just made it. What you've done is you've killed. I know this sounds horrible, but you've killed a local business.
That's it.
And now you're now allowing international bodies. You think you want to try that with Baygon will allow you. You think Raid will allow you. What it is, that's just the wrongest move. Yes, it is on. It's sad that people are killing them. So that's not the solution. Is not to ban Sniper. The solution is to find the cause of the problem. There's a root problem. Yes, right now the Nigerian economy is horrible. It's abysmal. So there are other steps you need to take before you get to let's ban Sniper.
You know, one thing I find too is that it's just very sad that we want to be seen to do something and we're doing absolutely nothing but making things worse.
Yeah.
So I remember a story last year about a civil servant who hadn't been paid from, I think, Kwara or Kogi State. And he hadn't been paid for something like 2 years. And his wife and him had been trying to have a baby for, I believe, 18 years. And it was either in the Punch or Vanguard. It was one of the national newspapers.
That doesn't sound good already.
And so his wife, after 18 years, and him have triplets. And so she had the babies, maybe I think they went to have the babies in Abuja or something like that, but not in Kwara.
Of course not.
And so he went there, she had the babies. He now said, okay, he was going back to Kwara to sort out a few things and then come back. And he took a rope.
I remember the story now.
And hung himself. And left a note. And in the note talked about the fact that he didn't have any money to take care of these children. And he hadn't been paid for all these months. And you know what's sad is that there was a clear causation for this. This man had prayed for years to be blessed, and he finally got the blessing. And then the blessing was appearing to him like a curse.
Yeah.
I wonder, for all those civil servants that hadn't been paid for 23 months, someone will come back and tell me it was only 11 months. Was there any kind of mental health plan to help them? How about we just pay them their salaries?
Yeah.
How about we hold the people who hadn't paid them accountable? But now, the Nigerian response in that scenario, if a lot of civil servants start hanging themselves because they're old,
ban
they don't
ropes,
want to drink, is to ban
ropes.
Ban
you can't
ropes
sell ropes. No, you ban ropes. You ban
so
belts.
ropes will now become restricted. Before you use rope, you have to explain what you want to use it for. I mean, it's just so sad. So sad. The solutions to these things are not complex, but they're hard.
Yeah.
But we know the solutions, and they know the solutions to these things. It's just very sad. May he rest in peace.
Amen. So for me, from the economic standpoint, you kill the local business.
That employs people.
That employs people.
So I guess they should get ready for more suicides.
Exactly.
And they have access to Sniper.
They can even make it.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Even though the combination,
Do you know what's even disturbing now is at least Sniper had a NAVDAC number and was being made in a controlled environment, which is inspected and monitored. And then the business had a profit reason to keep the quality right and not make it dangerous. Just like liquid soap, these are chemicals. You know that Nigerians can actually make these things themselves.
Yeah.
So now, beyond there being a foreign person, a foreign company coming, that might be part of it. But what if local unregulated producers start producing their own form of Sniper and selling it in traffic like they do rat poison? People are still, if the reason why someone wants to kill themselves is motivated, is there, people will use arsenic. They'll use so many different things.
They'll use blade
to kill themselves.
Right now it's rainy season. It's water everywhere. Floods everywhere. It's just go and tie a stone to your leg and jump now.
Do you remember when people were jumping over the Third Mainland Bridge?
Yeah. Yes, last year.
Parking jeeps and just jumping over that. I mean, I don't know why they didn't destroy the bridge.
Or ban jeeps. Just now. Because people were driving jeeps were the ones doing it mostly. It wasn't people driving cars. I had a jeep on 3rd Milan. Stop, madam. Where are you going?
I just put a height bar.
Just want to be silly here.
Just let's move on.
It's
a
sad.
tough day today.
It's a tough day. It's another news that I think my reaction is going to be different from what is expected. Lady, today or yesterday, a 32-year-old student of the College of Health Technology in Plateau State or Plateau State, stole the baby belonging to one Mary Chukwu Ebuka, the 3-day-old baby. Before her arrest, she claimed she gave birth at a kidnapper's den. She also claimed she registered for antenatal care at the Jos University Teaching Hospital. And she said she was married for over 7 years with a child, and the desire to have a child pushed her into stealing another woman's baby. Her husband and her have sought medical attention to ascertain the reason for their childlessness, but no result. She claims to have contacted many orphanages to adopt a child, but none had granted her the opportunity. That's why she resorted to stealing. I regret this desperation. I wasn't thinking straight when I stole the baby. I plead that justice be tempered with mercy. And she claims she acted without the knowledge of her husband. Bullshit. I'm sorry. I know right now Nigeria's in a place right now where a lot of the masses are supporting Robin Hood syndrome for some reason. Somebody
Until it happens to you.
Until it happens to them. Somebody is perpetrating a crime. His reparations, his slavery. Why are you the one that sold the person? Are you the one that was sold? 1, shut up. 2, how dare you? How dare you steal someone's child? You said you wanted a child, and you stole somebody else's child, and you're asking for me to sympathize with you. Not possible. No, no. My baby, my enemy's baby. Let me talk like my enemy's baby. You carried my enemy's baby, and you're saying my enemy should forgive you. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let me let you know that one right now. Let you know that one right now. You cannot steal someone's child. You went to one orphanage, they turned you away. You go to another one now. There are 36 states.
Well, but it makes me wonder. I mean, so the way the article was written, it was written very sympathetically, which I'm surprised for Instablog. Because they're usually not sympathetic, but they're kind of weird. So maybe they're related. So I'm smelling a hidden agenda there. But one thing people forget about Nigerian systems, and we think that everything is completely messed up. But systems are individuals. Mm-hmm. They're not computers. So yes, there's an element of computers, but you design a process, you have step 1, step 2, step 3. Who follows these steps? It's humans. Even coding and programming is done by humans. And they forget that Nigerians in many ways in certain areas, we're incredibly experienced and insightful and wise. So if she went to so many orphanages and they kept turning her away,
why?
I wonder why. Was it they could sense in her that she was going to be, they got a sense that there was just not something quite right? Because I do feel she's clearly psychologically unbalanced.
Yeah.
I think there's something that we do where we don't acknowledge that people are criminally insane in Nigeria. There's something that happens often when my husband is driving in traffic, and he'll get so frustrated. Someone maybe is swerving in the road or zigzagging or just being
a bad driver.
He feels a bad driver.
Okay.
And I'll say to him, I said, that people in Nigeria drink and drive. How do you know this person that you just feel they're just being a bad driver? They could be drunk. I mean, I remember growing up and we had drivers who would drink before they would take us to school. So why do we think that stopped now? The person could be drunk. The person could be having a psychic break. They could be on drugs, cocaine. Yeah. They could be high on weed. They could be on LSD. They could be on some herbal stuff. So why do we think all of these things are not controlled substances here? So why do you think that the person I decided today to frustrate everybody's life? The person could just be high. So I do think that there are a lot of Nigerians who are walking around, that there are many things,
Not
200
right
million, there are many things not right with them. And you know, when we meet these people, you get the vibe. You know that this person, maybe she's going to use the child for, you may not know what they're going to use the child for. Be like, she's going to use the child for a ritual. She's going to kill the child. She's just, the way she's talking about, maybe the way she's even stroking the child. There are things you see that like, look. These are little children. Yes, so in my orphanage, I'm supposed to give them 3 square meals. I can only manage to give them 1. But you know what?
They're
the child
complete.
is alive. We're not killing the children and cooking them. This one, if I hand the child over, I don't think I can take it. When I meet my maker one day, or a ghost starts to haunt me, I will blame myself. So, Jelly, let me continue to face myself. So, I think that's the bigger question that should be asked before one sympathizes with her. And then if her husband knew she was mentally unstable, her family knew she was mentally unstable, I think there should be accountability for the family too, because there are things you should do. You should stage an intervention. You should compel this person to get help. If they need to get on medication, then you need to compel them to get on medication. If they're not ready, then you need to commit them to care. But you can't just look, everybody has crazy people in your family.
Yes, sir.
That if you hear this story, I'm sure if you ask our family members, they know.
It's like, it's normal. That's how she always is. That is how Kineko is.
And when you ask them, what would their response be? We've been praying. We just keep praying. We've been talking to her, but we're just praying. All her family members, all of them, the broke ones, they don't have a child they can let her raise. Because this is Lagos, where even when you don't want to raise other people's children, they're bringing them to you.
They're forced upon you.
So for her to have gone to that extent and nobody wanted to give her a child, the solution is to go and steal a child. No. Like I said, that story is not complete. It's not complete. It's a partial story. And when we hear the rest of it,
all the sympathies will change.
We should be in jail now. So there are children in jail are here in Nigeria.
Yes, so people have babies in prison all the time.
Should be able to raise some of them there. What else you got for us?
All right, I have some more info on the Jordan Woods
War, the Jordan War.
The Jordan War.
There's World War One, there's World War Two, and then there's the Kardashian War, and then there's a second war after the Kardashian War, and part of the Kardashian War is the Jordan. Is it the Battle of Jordan? That's what we should call it. The Battle of Jordan. So there's been another skirmish. Give us the news.
All right, so there's this trailer. There's this Ray J. We all know Ray J.
He's how Kim got
the
her
foundation
got her start.
The foundation of the Kardashian, apparently. Kardashian empire, apparently. So he's been trying to make money in different avenues. He's tried the Ray J hats. He's tried so many things.
Ugly hats.
Yeah. So now his new thing is
he's not remembered for that.
He's bald now, so let us be remembered for ugly hats and being a bald, misshapen, bald-headed guy.
He balding?
At least he scrapes his head, so I don't know.
All right, go on.
So his new thing now are earpods, the wireless earpods put in your ear, so you know.
The one that Apple did first.
Apple didn't do it first. Google did it first.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Google did it first.
I don't know.
Apple.
I'm neutral. I'm Switzerland in this matter.
I'm not Apple. I don't like apples. They taste funny. And the systems also are funny. The fruit tastes funny. And then also the systems.
You don't like apple fruit?
No. Apple juice gives me heartburn.
Yeah.
And apples taste funny. So it's a double whammy. And then the apple system also. So many things. Apples. Alright, anyway. So this from TMZ. So there's an ad he has out in which he had a few of his celebrity friends talk about how they like the AirPods. And Jordan Woods was one of the people who said something about it. Talked about the color and how she liked it. And so, of course, you have Kim Kardashian Jenner, talking about how that's disrespectful. How dare she do a thing.
Kim K responded.
Her team. Her fans and...
Okay.
Kim will not respond. Kim is over. What I like about Kim in this whole matter, at least with Ray J, she's above it.
Yeah,
he's over it.
She acts as if he doesn't exist, which I think is the best way to handle this matter.
You know, so Team Kardashian, and I'm sure this is probably led by Khloe. Khloe, I wish I could give you a hug.
I need one. I also think you're hungry.
You know what? Exactly what she needs.
Good meal.
Amala. Hot bono fele amala. Gbegiri and ewedu. And goat meat. With palm oil stew. Babes. Or pounded yam and egusi. Cold water. Whack it. Trust me. All this you are doing is going to end. I'm sorry. Anyway, so they're upset that Jordan did a promo for Ray J.
She, what's the word they use? Blurb. She did a blurb on his product.
Yeah.
Product blurb.
Yeah. I don't understand how that's a problem. You kicked out of your house. You said she's not, her best friend and her should break up. They are broken up.
They're divorced. You know they got married.
Yeah, that's the thing, that they divorced. You said she cannot see her best friend's baby. That she has been helping that one raise. You that you are busy chasing man up and down. Men up and down. Useless men up and down. Useless. All of the men you have dated are all useless. Useless. What is your problem? They say, anyway, you're chasing man up and down. Your sister sat down in her house. Her best friend, the two of them did one kind of marriage. That is, they married themselves. He's helping her raise her child. You told her, no, that one must go. Because the pants that you dated is dirty. And at the time, she said she wants to look at the pants. She was examining the pants. Anybody can buy dirty pants. Let me tell you, anybody can buy pants. Have you not go tell the Osho market? They sell used pants there now. She was examining the pants.
I don't think they sell used pants. Used bra.
I'm talking about all those Frederick pants. You go there, you know, see all this imported, this expensive pants. They're selling for 100 naira. It's not used pants. It's new pants. you go to the Osho market. You see designer pants. Victoria's Secret pants are selling for $20, $40 in there. That market, 100 naira, 15 naira, two for 200, two for 150. Please, I don't buy my pants here. I'm just making that clear now because I'm talking about pants price online. Somebody would think something stupid. I don't buy my underwear here. Okay. My point being is this: she was part of Good American. She was part of Kylie Cosmetics. The fallout of all this happened, she lost all those sponsorships. She has nowhere to live. Well, she'd come back to her mother's house, I'm sure. But you kicked her out of her home. Her friend, her relationship, this is her best friend. They've been friends for over 10 years. So she needs to eat now. Man must chop. I'm not saying that because I'm a black girl. She's a black girl, black power. No. Get over it. If Ray J and Jordan, even if they decided that yes, people are going to talk about it. If I get on there and like, yeah, Ray J earbuds, Ray Con, that's what it's called. My name's actually nice. Yeah. Ray Con is the ish. Ray Con rose gold. So clearly, Ray J has people that care. Because in that video was Snoop Doggy Dogg, Uncle Snoop. There was Cardi B, Mike Tyson,
Cardi B, that was a good
Offset, one. Hennessy, Cardi B's sister. You know, so I don't understand. Are they going to call out Mike Tyson? They should call out Khloe. Call out Mike Tyson. Call him out now. Or call out Cardi B. Call them out now. I don't understand. Get over it. Because the Jordan skirmish it's irritating. It's annoying. Every day there's a new thing. You know. Kylie went out to a party to celebrate one of her other friends' birthdays, and of course Jordan's going to come because Jordan's friends with her. And Kylie and Jordan hung out for a bit that evening, and Team Khloe's upset about it. That how dare Khloe, betray her like this? Is she your wife? Answer me. She's not. Leave her. Free her. Yourself, you have revenge body. You have not done revenge, but nobody has seen it, at least in Lagos. I've not seen revenge body. I've only seen one season. And even that season itself, there was question mark in it. Do your job. You have done revenge body. You revenged the body. And you still enter dirty pants. Gain your weight back, auntie. Stop starving yourself. It's not getting anything for you. Anyway, it's true. Think about it. She lost all that weight. She became this banging hot chick. Now ended up with this rat.
He's a sperm donor.
She was
tell us the truth.
Chloe, let me even talk to you again. When he was dating the other Jordan, the original Jordan in this matter, and he told you they were not dating, but she's pregnant, and you too, you carry your head, enter. You are not thinking. I'm just asking that question. I'm asking from a friend. I'm asking for a friend. I just want to know. We are not thinking. You're dating somebody. In the course of your dating, initially, of course, men are going to lie. Men are like that. That's what they do. Yes, they're not babies, but they are going to lie. If you want to believe that a man should tell you the truth, if a man asks you how much you weigh, what will you tell him?
I would tell him my weight in my mind. I tell him the weight I think I look like.
You ask me how much you weigh. SeunBaby, how much do you weigh? 50 pounds, give or take. Give or take.
No, my 11-year-old weighs more than that.
Exactly. So, anyway, he now tells you story. Yusef, or like, see, even in Nigeria, a man will tell you he's dating somebody. All those stupid stories of I love my wife, but it's you I really love. I'm just married to her. I'm just managing her. Smart girls now, will do some Snoop Doggy Dog and snoop around and find the babe, find her friends, and find out how true this man's story is. Did you just wanted to taste your yansh? He has tasted it. Unfortunately, he's a sharpshooter. He wanted to just do and run, but he mistakenly scored goal. It happens. So, Auntie Coco, I'm sorry. But I do like the fact that Jordan left them, though.
Yeah,
she's glowed up.
Yeah,
she's so gorgeous now. You know.
I mean, I think that
she was fine before. But
I think that
awkward.
if they don't want to end up like Ray J, specifically Chloe, you don't want to end up like Ray J has ended up when it comes to your sister. You need to let Jordan go.
Yeah.
You need to get over it. Get over her. Oh no. Because every time you bring this up, you're just helping her to elevate, and it just makes you look
petty,
like you have no value for yourself, like you don't value yourself. Because, first of all,
you're broken up.
Tristan chose to do what he did, and he chose to try and do it with someone that you knew. Clearly he wanted you to find out. So he chose not only to not be faithful to you or to not be with you at that time, but to prove to you that he didn't want to be with you by being with someone else. And you know what's interesting? Look at Cardi B and Offset. And I don't say this to compare. I say this just to explain how men are. He messed up. She kicked him to the curb, and he came begging. Did Tristan come begging for you? Did he look for you? I'm sure you are calling him. He didn't pick your call. So the signals are loud and clear. If you don't want to end up like a Ray J, talking about someone, making tired, snide remarks about some girl who's over 15 years younger than you, just look pathetic. Just let it go. Just let it go. Let the universe bring someone better into your life.
Yeah.
And it's good that you did Hot Body. I'm glad that you liked doing Hot Body.
Revenge body.
Okay, whatever. But what's the point of doing all of that if you're not happy with yourself? I don't see your esteem having gone up because you're wearing cuter clothes. You're with worse men.
Yeah.
Tristan is worse than Lamar. Lamar had a drug problem. And he'd had a drug problem for years. Even when you met him, you knew he had a drug problem. Because I heard in his book, he said he dated Taraji. Mm-hmm. And Taraji knew he had a drug problem. So you knew he had a drug problem when you dated him, but he was a better man because he actually loved you. And so all the times he messed up, it was part of that sickness, addiction. I'm not saying go back to Lamar. Go back to Lamar.
Go back to Lamar.
However, I think he would have been a better man to have a baby with.
Yeah. And probably would have cleaned up for the kid. People tend to do that on drugs. All right, people. I love you. I look gorgeous, don't I? Oh, I just love myself. All right, babes. Now, guys, I love you. I love to spend more time with you. But there comes a time in the day in which the munchkins come home. And I need to go handle that business. So, see you again, maybe next week, maybe in 2 weeks. Who knows? Bye.
Bye.